Who does Din Djarin have more in common with, Darth Vader or Ahsoka Tano? The answer might surprise you. Now I know many of you are thinking, how can a Mandalorian mercenary have anything in common with a Sith Lord or a former Jedi? Well, let's get right into it by looking at Ahsoka and the Mandalorian first. One of the defining moments for Ahsoka was her leaving the Jedi Order. Wrongly accused by the Jedi for planting explosives in the Jedi Temple, Ahsoka decided to leave the Order even after being proven innocent and being awarded the title of Jedi Knight. This, no doubt, was a difficult decision for Ahsoka, just like Din Djarin, the Mandalorian mercenary, had a very difficult decision very early on in Season 1. Din Djarin no doubt had to work hard to become part of the Bounty Hunters Guild. It was his way of life, and certainly something he was good at. But like Ahsoka, Din Djarin's defining moment as a character was actually leaving the Bounty Hunters Guild. He put aside all the hard work and his way of life to rescue the child, aka Baby Yoda. In both instances, these heroes grow in character by moving on. Ahsoka is able to learn more about the common people of the galaxy and how the Jedi have forgotten about them, and Din Djarin is able to become a father figure that instead of collecting bounties is trying to rescue an innocent child, just like he was once an innocent child that was rescued by the Mandalorian people. But that isn't the only connection between these two characters. Ahsoka Tano's former family, the Jedi Order, was almost completely wiped out during Order 66. It was a devastating time for her, which is detailed in the Ahsoka novel. Din Djarin, remember, was rescued by Death Watch Mandalorians during the Clone Wars. As far as I know, he grew up with those Mandalorians, but at some point, similar to Ahsoka's Jedi Order, they were mostly wiped out and the only survivors went into hiding. And this is where the similarities to Ahsoka finish and the comparison to Darth Vader begins. Darth Vader, despite all the horrendous things he has done in the galaxy, was inspired to rescue his child, Luke Skywalker, from the Empire. Darth Vader was brought back to the light side by the actions of his son. He was redeemed. And feel free to disagree, but I believe this is very similar to Din Djarin and the child. The Mandalorian is inspired by this little innocent creature to change his ways, and although Din isn't a Sith Lord like Vader, his life before taking on the child was a dark one. Again, not Dark Lord of the Sith levels, but just think about what we learn about the Mandalorian in Season 1. In the first episode, we see that he collects bounties in a way that is devoid of emotion and empathy. This is emphasized even more by the few words that he speaks in the emotionless helmet he wears. This is only reinforced when he actually turns in the child, even after the little one saved his life. He is not some great hero at the beginning of this series. And even as the series progresses, we see more about his past and the scum and villainy he was associated with. But like Vader overcomes his past to return to light, so does the Mandalorian when he goes against the Bounty Hunters Code and rescues Baby Yoda. This is his first step in becoming the hero we need in a Star Wars story. And just think about Chapter 4, Sanctuary. A small village of people take on Din and the child, and Din works to save the village and its people from marauders. I'd suggest that this is part of Din Djarin's redemption arc. He has left the Bounty Hunters Guild, rescued the child, and now defends the child and the village from evil. Even Chapter 5, which is mentioned as the worst of Season 1, I believe, continues this redemption arc, where we see his willingness to help another younger bounty hunter, during which we see that he has empathy for the local Tusken Raiders, and that he has honor in not betraying this young bounty hunter, not taking advantage of him. Chapter 6, as I've already mentioned, shows us the scoundrels he used to work with, but also that he's now a better man than he once was. And of course, the last two chapters of the season, we see him stop running and attempt to eliminate the Imperial threat to Baby Yoda. He is becoming that hero that we all want, and especially the child needs. In this way, I believe Season 1 is very much like the redemption arc of the Mandalorian. He goes from being a selfish and heartless bounty hunter who cares only for himself to a selfless warrior that is willing to lay down his own life for the child. And so in that way, I believe Din Djarin's story is more in common with Darth Vader than Ahsoka Tano's. Like Anakin's story in the original trilogy is one of redemption, so too is Din Djarin's in The Mandalorian. At least that's how I see it. Let me know what you think. As always, I'm Mike, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.